names like the Russell, Rinku and the Cock failed to fire. With this win, SRH finished at number 6 in the table, while KKR wrap up their campaign at number 8. Well, to discuss more about the match, we've got Stanley Chiozza, who talks about today's match, Mumbai Indians versus Punjab Kings at the Sawai Mansingh Stadium in Jaipur. Both teams have already booked their playoffs, but at one finishing trying to match up the top-up game. Mumbai is coming off with a thumping win over Delhi, which sits pretty on fourth at 16 points. Punjab, despite a loss in the last game, are placed second with 17 points. Yes, historically, it's a neck-to-neck. Mumbai has 17 wins. Punjab has 15. Let's talk to Stanley Chiozza, the former Zimbabwean commentator, cricketer, now a coach at the Sportive Academy in Dubai Hills. Stanley, welcome to the show. Let me just ask you by putting you in a spot by asking, Mumbai Indians lead the league in the bowling economy with 8.2 and the dot ball at 38 degrees and percentage. Can their discipline with the ball restrict Punjab's power play at the top? Your views, Stanley.
Well, results are certainly one aspect of the game, but I'll tell you what's the important factor with regards to that Mumbai bowling attack. The key thing is that they've got every aspect of the game covered with regards to their bowling. They've got a swing bowler in Trent Bolt, they've got an enforcer, and also somebody who gets the ball to get movement, whether it's old or new, in Bumrah. And then obviously you've got that spin department. You've got Satna who's making his maiden season for Mumbai Indians, left arm spinner, and is bowling well. And then you've got the experience of Deepak Chahar. Seamers, you've got the backup of if you go to that extra bowler, you've got a Sharma, you've got a Ashwani. So they've got all their bases covered. And what that means is that even if you're the part of the opposition batting lineup, what it means is you're facing one competent bowler, one world-class bowler, one bowler who makes it tough for you to score. And that means that every ball that you get, every opportunity that you get to bat when you're on the park, you have to give it 110% because there is pressure after pressure. So at the end of the day, when it comes to this sort of a match, it's high stakes. One thing you're going to expect is both teams operating at a high level of intensity. This is what high performance is all about. And then at the end of the day, it all comes down to who cracks first. Matches like this are often decided by that one team that probably wants to go hard against the other, and then the performances just don't live up to expectations. It can be a low scoring, or it can be a massive high scoring affair from Punjab Kings with regards to batting. Look, the one thing that's going well for them is that they're playing already on a surface where they've had at least 2 opportunities to play on. So conditions wise, they probably have a better understanding compared to Mumbai Indians. They just lost a match where they scored 206. They put 206 on the road. They failed to defend that. So they know the opportunity to score runs is there. Now when you're facing a bowling lineup like what Mumbai Indians has, it's all about looking after the small elements, the small areas where you feel you did not do better against the last opposition in the last match. So herein lies that one aspect that Punjab Kings would really be looking at and trying to use to their advantage, especially facing a very potent bowling attack like Mumbai Indians. Not only do they take wickets, but they have the ability to create pressure by just making sure they strangle the run rate. So key for Punjab Kings is how they hold their own and making sure that they don't go about trying to change their game plan in what has been working. Yes, someone like an Arya would like to get things going. He's lost out already in the last 3 innings. He's come out in in single digits. That's an aspect obviously that Mumbai Indians will be looking at very closely. The majority of the runs have come up the top order, so it's important that they break that partnership early on and expose the middle order.
Stanley, the show is called Cricket Predictor. We're talking about stats throughout. Punjab Kings have the highest batting run rate of 10.26 and the boundary count is at 23.88. Is it a rollout attacking approach sustainable against the Mumbai Indians' best at bowling? Your views?
2 teams in this year's IPL that have really gone about very well with regards to the batting template, in the sense that the longer you stay on the crease, the easier it gets to bat. Gujarat Titans and the Punjab Kings. The Punjab Kings, the reason why it is such that they end up scoring big at the back end of their innings is such that their batting template has really been followed up to the mark. Their opening partners have been very good. their top order has been very good. What has that allowed? That has allowed the fact that they've had an all-out batsman, sit batsman for that matter, in pretty much every phase of the game. So when you do that, like I said, the longer you bat, the easier it gets. You end up seeing the ball as big as a football. So that just makes it easier. You get acquainted to the conditions, such that by the time you get to the middle, by the time you get to the death, your free range of shots then open up. There's less swing on the ball. At the end of the day, bowlers are now trying all sorts in terms of how then can they stop your flow of the bat. Changes in pace, the slower balls come into the play. So the more you try as a bowler, the more the margins of error come in, the more you're going to make mistakes in trying not to be predictable. And that's the time that the batsmen look to cash in. So that template has worked. The more time you spend in the middle, the better and the easier it gets. And that's exactly what Gujarat Titans, that's exactly what Punjab Kings have done this season, due to the form of their top order and the ability of their top order to take it deep and still be involved in pretty much every phase of the batting game. So I do not see them trying to change that. That is obviously the template that's working. But then again, today they're facing a new threat, a massive threat, a threat in terms of that Mumbai bowling team and bowling quotient, in terms of the fact that this is a team on the top of their game. They all know what they're playing for today, that top 2 position, to try and get the best out in terms of getting the second bite of the cherry. And who knows, today is a match that is pretty much of high stakes. When you do look at the surface that they're playing on, it's a surface that also allows runs to be scored. 7 out of 8 innings, 200 plus runs have been scored. DC, last match against I beg your pardon, the last match against Punjab Kings, no, they faltered in failing to defend that. So it's not going to be an easy surface to bowl on for bowlers, that's for sure, especially for teams that find themselves bowling second. That dew factor comes in, that just makes it harder to grip the ball. It takes spinners out of the match. So even should the toss be won, I will not be surprised with the team wanting to bowl first and then look to chase. Why? It just gets easier to chase. So therein lies the trick behind the Punjab Kings. I don't see them trying to change that. They want to make sure that whoever gets an opportunity to bat, they bat long and take it deep like they've been doing all along.
Now, this is a battle between the bowling control and batting aggression. Mumbai has the best run rate of plus 0.96 and Punjab has plus 0.54. Is this the game dominated by bat, ball? Is this the best example of it? Your views?
High-stake encounters of this nature, for me, they're more about the ability to stay cool, calm and collect under pressure. Your composure as an individual, your composure as a player. This match, these are the sort of matches that bring the best out of the players, but at the same time, how are you able to handle the pressure? One small mistake in a pressure game like this is what can possibly cost you the game. However, so it's the mental side of the match here that will really be a close contest. I mean, there's a couple of matchups already that are really going to make this quite an interesting contest. When you look at the Punjab Kings, they're a team in batting form, and it's really going well for them. But they do have a couple of left-handers up the order. When you look at Arya and you look at Badir, but what does that mean in terms of matchups? Mumbai Indians have a good off-spinner in Will Jacks. Would you believe 6 wickets already in his name, but all left-hand batters. So therein lies an opportunity. What it means, obviously this is a stat that is known to Punjab Kings. Do they go hard? Do they hold back? That is yet to be seen, because you know he's got the wicket-taking ability against left-hand batters. Another one, Rohit Sharma has been dismissed 4 times already by left-arm seamers. Marco Jansen, Ashdeep. That's a bowling matchup that is also to look out for. So mind games play a massive part in counters like this, but up and above that, there are mind games that are happening on a surface that is good for batting. So both teams will be going out and they'll be looking to play hard. They'll be looking to show no restraint at all, especially on a surface where you know batting gets easier. Teams that win the toss will look to bowl first and then will look to chase. Once you get that ball second up, in terms of bowling second, there you've got the dew factor to think about. So it's all about composure, less mistakes. You've got to play a clean all-round game. Once you take care of the process, then the result will be taken care of by the process. But at the end of the day, each team will be looking to make sure they leave it on the field. It's a high stakes game. Punjab Kings are playing in this qualifier for the first time for a very long time. So yes, it's a milestone, but it's an opportunity for them to take it deeper. And taking it deeper, for them, it's more or less a final before the final. Playing a potent Mumbai Indians team that is probably fantastic in terms of all-round capabilities. They've got a fantastic batting lineup. They've got a good, potent all-round bowling unit. You put in even the captain Hardik Pandya, who's obviously going to be controlling that middle period. You will play a key role today, especially on a good batting surface with those cutters, those slow ball bouncers, and then obviously look to use the boundaries to his advantage. So high stakes, mental composure, the mental strength will be tested as well as the batting and bowling control.
We're now joined by one of the greatest umpires India has ever produced. His name is Anil Chaudhary. He's now sitting pretty in the studios with his microphone on. Of course, Anil, welcome to the show. Surya Kumar Yadav and Naman Dheer are dominating the tournament in the most dangerous finishing pair in IPL. Looking at Surya Kumar Yadav's 583 runs, he's got a strike rate of 170 and Naman Dheer has 182. Do you think this is the most go-to explosive pair in the history of IPL? Your views?
Surya and Naman Dheer are controlling all the games for Mumbai in death overs or late overs, you can say, and they're quite successful. So Punjab has to be very careful about these two because they can really build up the tempo in the last 3-4 overs and can play big shots. So very dangerous, and they are dangerous throughout the tournament for oppositions. So Punjab has to control these two to get a success in this game because in last 3-4 overs they two are really dangerous and can play big shots and change the tempo of the game and run rate also.
Anil, again, it's a battle between can Mumbai Indian afford not to bowl Bumrah early on, considering Shreyas Iyer has a strike rate of 258, Simran Singh has 283 and Stoinis has 297. And they are the match winners for the death for the Punjab Kings. Do you think they will hold on, the Mumbai Indians will hold on to Bumrah, considering he bowls absolutely economical in the history of T20 in anywhere in the world? Your views?
Captain Iyer, Stoinis and Simran, they are the main players, those who can play big shot and finish the game till end, especially Iyer and Stoinis. You must have seen Stoinis in the last game, how he changed the run rate so quickly, and he scored 20 plus runs in 19th over, which take off the score straight away 20 runs plus, which is quite dangerous and difficult for other team. So Bumrah has to be used for these three players to stop their flow of runs, because Bumrah can really do this, and Stoinis takes his time initially and then he can select the bowler. So but yes, Bumrah can be useful for this, and these three also got to be careful when they are playing against Bumrah, and maybe Bumrah they just play normal and they charge other bowlers. So Bumrah and all three will be a good competition in this match, and all these three should be careful about Bumrah because Bumrah can get them out easily.
Anil, before we move on to the third question, just a little thing going on to the middle order. Of course, Hardik Pandya has a strike rate of 325 versus left arm pace. I don't know where he gets the angles, the push, the elevation. But should PBKS be worried considering they're playing Jensen, or more rely on Brar and Chahal? So again, it's a do or die between the spinner and the left arm medium pacer, considering your Pandya has one of the most rocking, explosive strike rate. Your views?
Hardik Pandya for Mumbai in coming last 3-4 overs and playing aggressive, and he can make shots on good balls also. So it will be a problem for Punjab to who will bowl against him, especially left armers, either Barar or fast bowler Janssen, or they will go for Chahal, because Chahal with the variation of flight can get him out. but Hardik doing really well for Mumbai, and I think Barar also in last few games, because Barar is quite tight and bowl into the batsman, doesn't give much flight but bowls up, which is the right length for Hardik Pandya, because if you bowl him short, he can play easily even the good balls, especially if it is short. So Barar and Chahal can be useful against Hardik Pandya, because fast bowling I doubt can trouble Hardik at all, and good, it will be good to watch how Hardik handles them. So good to see how this scenario work for Mumbai or the Punjab, because these three bowlers can create trouble for Hardik as well. But Hardik in good form, so not that easy. Interesting battle.
Well, it's again, we can't let go of you without talking about Rohit Sharma. Yes, Rohit Sharma has a strike rate of 150 and Reckleton 152. Do you think it's the big show is on the cards, the big runs with PBKS leaking at least 10 runs over in the death and the middle over? Do you think Rohit and Reckleton are in a zone to accumulate those runs early on in the innings for Mumbai Indians? Your views?
Reckleton and Rohit, they are starting good as opening pair for Mumbai, and they're steady. They're taking some time and then playing shots, so which is good policy throughout the tournament. And once Mumbai started doing well, this is the reason that they are playing normal, conventional, and authentic shots, not playing across too much unless the ball is short. So these two can give good start to Mumbai, and steady and solid start without losing much of wickets in first 10 overs, first power play, and then another 4 overs. I think if they lose like 1 wicket till 10 overs, then Mumbai can go for a big score. So Rohit and Reckleton should give a steady and solid start like they are doing in the tournament.
That was Anil Chaudhary, one of the best umpires in the business of IPL, currently with the mic. Thank you, Anil. We'll let you go and now invite Noel David. Of course, Noel David is a former Indian cricketer and an off spinner who's now coaching the Assam Cricket Juniors team. Noel, welcome to the show. We're talking about the great Jasprit Bumrah. Yes, he's got an economy rate of 6.4 overall, 2.7 in the middle overs, and 7.45. These figures are insane. We're talking about Jasprit Bumrah, who's one of the greatest bowler in T20 ever. Is he the most complete T20 bowler, not only this season but overall? Your views?
No doubt in mind, Sunil, that Jasprit Bumrah is elite across all formats. His records talks a lot of volume, about this bowler and this gentleman. Is so economic in every format, whether it's test series, whether it's one day, or whether it's T20 format. Especially in T20 format, it's a different format where bowlers get hammered. But this man, his economical rate is 6.4 overall and 2.75 in the middle, and in that it is 7.45. So you just imagine what he brings into this format, as a fast bowler. He's such a bowler which has so much of variations in his bowling. He has got that dangerous Yorkers. He's got that initial power play. He takes wickets with his swing, with his lateral movement, and the bounce what he gets off the wicket. And then depth over, again he digs deep into the batsman's toes, which is called the Yorkers. He bowls them, and then he bowls that off cutters, and and that variation of leg cutters and the slow bounces. So he has everything what any fast bowler would like to have or would like to copy Jasprit Bumrah. So I think he's one of the finest bowlers what India has, and we are fortunate enough that he is in our side.
Well, let's move on to the second question, and this is Punjab Kings has struggled at the death with Umar Zai. He's got an economy rate of 11.67. Means that he's losing out on runs, and also who should bowl in the finals over if the match goes down to the wire, considering Stoinis is also not doing great either. He's at 18.67. Your views?
See, this is the beauty of this game, T20 format. Good bowlers also get hit very badly, and that's what I say is, you have to have a lot of variations and skills in your bowling. Uh, I know Umar Zai and Stones are being hit all over the park in the depth overs, but if they try Ashdeep bowling the 18th and the 20th over, and then Jensen bowling along with him, I think the last 4 overs, I think that will be a bit more useful. Or if you can use Chahal in between from the say 14 to the 20, or between these 6 overs, you can try Chahal also, because these three gentlemen can restrict a bit in the death overs. That's what I feel as a outsider. Um, because Jensen brings in that bounce a bit more because of his height. You can use that height and hit that length where it becomes a little difficult for the batsmen to play. Yes, maybe everyone must be thinking, what is he saying? But yeah, death overs, they can hit anything which is short. But Jason has that height which he produces that way difficult bounce from the wicket. And Ashdeep, we all know what he can do with the ball during the last phase of the match. But Chahal, yes, if I'm a captain, if I know that my two bowlers are getting hit badly, then I'll get Chahal to only to uh, slow in the this thing. What is it? The stroke making. Slow it down by getting a Chahal, because as I said before, he's a very shrewd bowler. He thinks he knows the situation very well, and he bowls according to that situation. And I feel that he will be useful in between those six, from the 15 to the 20th over, or from the 14th to the 20th over. Try and use it. So these three gentle bowlers, I think that will pay off for Punjab Super Kings.
Now, before we wrap up the show, before we